When the first teaser for a Minecraft movie was released, it got dislike ratioed and received heavy backlash. While later trailers received more positively and with more support, there were still many that complained about it. Many complained about the look of the movie, the decisions for the story, the decision for it to be live action, and many more, and concerns among many people grew. And as someone who played Minecraft quite a bit in his childhood and grew up watching YouTubers like DanTDM, Stampy Longhead, and Sunday, I myself wanted this movie to succeed. And yesterday I was blessed to go and see this movie, and well, all I can say is, I had a lot of fun. Now, granted, while the person next to me fell asleep, the only hindrance in my theater experience were the teenagers that would just scream when the memes came on, which were annoying, and you can tell they were trying to get other people to laugh, but they barely did. Anyways, here I am giving you my thoughts on the film. I will keep spoilers out of the review, but later on I will mention them, so when I do, beforehand I will warn you. Anyways, let's get into it. I will say the first act of the film, like the very beginning, was rough. It is nostalgic, I will say that. If you watch the movie, you know, but it kind of went by fairly fast in the beginning, which kind of threw me off a little bit, but as the movie went by, I say it got better and better. Now, if you went to this film expecting some amazing written story with amazing written characters, what were you thinking? It was obvious to everybody that given by the trailers, this movie is not going to be objectively well written. I say it's actually like the Mario movie. A simple, somewhat okay story, okay characters, but you mix that with a knowable, fun world with amazing action and comedy, it's gonna be a fun watch, and that's what the Minecraft movie is. It's just plain fun. Okay, first and foremost, we gotta talk about the appearance of the movie. A lot of people complained in the first teaser about how bad everything looked. That the green screen was obvious, it was green screen, and the real life characters just didn't fit in well with the animated world. Did things improve in this movie? Yes and no. The only times the green screen was bad, at least from what I remember, was the flying and falling parts like the water bucket clutch or the Elytra flight scene. Man, the green screen was just so obvious and the characters did feel out of place there. But other than that, I think everything else was just fine. The actual setting, like the village, the mine, the nether, the woodland mansions, all of that looked great in my opinion, and it was super cool to watch. The CGI for the mobs and the villagers and land was good. So yeah, in terms of look, I think it did a good job overall. The characters didn't feel too out of place. There were some moments, but again, they weren't as bad as I thought it would be. Now, I was one of those people that believed that this movie should have been animated. However, I can understand why the producers decided to take this route, because to my knowledge at least, you can't really up the animation from the ones that Mojang uses for their trailers, or the ones that actual YouTubers make. I mean, if you just watch them, they're amazing. And for this movie to warrant a theatrical release, you need to do something different with this movie, and one up the animation that you would normally see. That's kind of my guess as to why they decided to take this route, because there's really not much you can do or add to this level of animation. Or simply maybe because they just wanted to bring this to life, which, you know what, I'm cool with. Perhaps they could have done it in animation, and I simply just don't see that path, as of yet at least. Regardless, I'm not upset that they didn't do animation. While the final product isn't perfect, it isn't totally terrible either. Like I said, I think overall the film looks good. In terms of story, it's alright. Again, don't expect any insane levels of storytelling. It has plot holes, but like I said, it's simple and it's good enough for the film to progress, and it's good enough for us to kind of explore the world of Minecraft on the big screen. The characters are okay, some have okay dynamics, and some are pretty fun to watch. Characters like Henry and Natalie have a nice dynamic and a relatable enough situation that will kinda make you care for them in some tiny way. And the growth that the characters go through, while not done so impactfully and it's not heavily focused, it's there and it's okay. The movie isn't super character driven, but needs to give you people to follow on their journey and someone you can root for. But Jack Black as Steve, my goodness. While he isn't someone I support, in this movie he is fun to watch, and man, I just have to mention, the amount of emphasis he puts on the words, and there are others that he does that aren't even shown on the trailer, which I know are going to become memes in the future. I don't know how to feel. It's just funny at this point because of how much people make memes of this stuff. I mean, I don't mind, but why does he put so much emphasis on it? Regardless, he's fun to watch, and to be honest, I wouldn't even say he's the one that had the most fun in this film. That goes to Jason Momoa, as Garrett Garrison was actually the most fun character to watch, and that's because of just how funny he really is. Seriously, my theater laughed at pretty much all of his jokes and comedic scenes, and his character out of all had the most quote-unquote growth, so that's fun. I had a fun time watching Jason Momoa, and it seemed like he had a ton of fun filming this movie, and that I'm happy about. Speaking of comedy, that is a big part of the film, and some of it is just like your typical potty humor level type of stuff, but while I think quite a lot of it was funny, I think for kids it's not going to make much sense, but they will laugh because it's a butt joke, so obviously. There are some things in this movie that really serve no purpose other than just trying to be funny. If you watch the trailers, you know a villager gets out into the real world, and that really serves nothing to the whole story or movie other than just trying to make you laugh. And it doesn't really work. I'll touch more upon that when I discuss some spoilers. I will say I do not like the use of crude language. God's name is misused the first few times, which is a big negative for me. But other stuff is mild, at least to me, because I've heard way worse, but still, this movie being made for kids and all that, it would have been way better without the crude language here. The movie does include themes of finding your creative outlet and bringing that to the real world to make a good change for it, but again, it's not heavily explored. It's thrown in there to have some kind of moral of the story theme and to give some characters relatability. The soundtrack for the most part sounded good. I wish we could have used more of the original game soundtrack in the movie, but I'm grateful for what we've got. Okay, so now we're getting into spoiler territory, so there's your warning. I'm kinda upset that we didn't see the Ender Dragon or any other big Minecraft boss, and I think the Ender Dragon was in the concept arts, but it was scrapped. The only boss we got was the giant mutated piglin, and it was cool I guess for a villain, but I don't know, just compared to the Ender Dragon, it can't compete. It is one of the most iconic things about the game. I think the first ever boss, it was the Ender Dragon, and just overall the face of bosses in the game. Not including that in this movie that is supposed to honor the game or even hinting at it at all is kind of surprising. And there were other things I wanted to see more in this movie, like more mining or enchanting weapons and armor, or other biomes like the ocean, desert, or jungle, and sea structures like the pyramids or ocean monuments, and other things to make this world feel bigger. I don't know, just as someone who played this game a lot in his childhood, and while I don't play it as much anymore, I would have loved to see these things come to life. The scenes with the villager leaving to the real world added literally nothing. The villager meets the principal of Henry's school and they go on a date and make a gag about divorce, which isn't good, and the reason for their divorce was just not any real reason at all. It literally added nothing but to throw some comedic scenes in there which weren't even that funny. The time that was thrown away for that gag could have been used to develop the story or character moments more or explore the Minecraft world, but no. Cameos, Dan TDM appears for a brief moment, and the movie includes a pig with a crown that obviously references Technoblade, and that was nice, but that's all, and it kind of sucks because I wanted more cameos. I wanted to see Stampy, Captain Sparkle, Sunday, and maybe some of the newer gen YouTubers. And it was unfortunate we didn't get to see references of these legendary YouTubers star in this movie, but it's alright. I also want to talk about this one moment where Steve says the Minecraft title. Just saying the name of the game, but trying to make it sound epic. The way it's put together is so cheesy, it actually kind of made me cringe a little bit. But it led to this epic montage scene of crafting and setting up traps to prepare for battle, and I wish that went on longer. Speaking of crafting, you can pretty much create anything in this world. Like, Henry crafts like a launcher that can shoot tater tots and pretty much anything else, and that's not in the game. And at the final battle, he puts swiftness boots on the iron blocks shaped for a golem. He puts it where the pumpkin goes, and it turns into this fast super iron golem or something. The crafting here is weird because you can pretty much just make anything. It's also kind of a plot hole, but the movie is not really focused on that type of writing. I don't know, I just wanted to point that out because like I find it so weird, but kind of funny at the same time. There's also a post-credits scene with Steve meeting Alex, and I think this is hinting at a second movie, and it would be great because honestly, I want to see more. There's still a lot within Minecraft that we haven't seen come to life, and I want to see them on the big screen. I listed some examples already, it's just, I want to see more. Looking at the runtime of the movie, it's an hour and 41 minutes. Minus the credits, so like an hour and 30 minutes, I think more time could have been added and saved, which would have allowed for more exploration and depth to the world, or growth and development for characters or the story. Overall, look, Christians, in any movie or entertainment media, you should always guard your hearts because no matter what, you'll always find flaws in these movies. While some things can be good for others, it may not hinder you, it may hinder other people. So what I'm saying is, just be very careful. I, myself, speaking from my own experience, I enjoyed this movie. I had a good time and didn't receive any negative vibe or energy aside from God's name being misused a few times, mild crude language, and comedic scenes revolving the divorced woman, but overall, I had fun. I think the good outweighs the bad. I liked the world, the action was nice, I liked some of the comedy, and it was overall fun. I had more fun than I expected. Again, it's like the Mario movie, but live action and Minecraft themed. Don't expect any great storytelling or in-depth themes or characters. It's simple enjoyment to honor the years of the beloved Minecraft game. For me, personally, I'm going to give this movie an 8 out of 10. But that's just my rating. If any of you have seen the movie, let me know your thoughts in the comments below and share your opinions on the film and my review if you want. Anyways, I hope you all have enjoyed and found my review helpful in any way. God bless, my friends. See ya.